Third time's the charm. All right.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh.
We will start the show real quick. Where's my watch?
Oh, shit. This one's mine.
Steve, we're ready when you are. Let's do audio check real quick. Then we're going to do an interview right here with George Whitfield, the beast from Florida. Let's get a little closer so we get. John, can you tilt that fan for us? We are going live from Garage Grinders practice. Gators layer number 2. Can you hear these? Audio sounds good. Love it. Retro Wave, what's up? Kevin, the beast, moving up to pros. What's up? All right, we're going to do a little interview. George only has a couple minutes. Super popular guy. I had to pay quite a bit of money just to get this 10-minute interview. So we'll start off. Introduce yourself, some of the people that don't know.
Yep. Well, what brought me into arm wrestling was my dad. He pulled in.
Remember.
He was a world champ in a bunch of different countries, and he brought me around arm wrestling ever since I was a kid. But I've been consistently arm wrestling the past 4 years. Started training with Austin Wade, and
Tell me who your father is. You didn't mention it.
he was a world champ.
What's his name?
Burt Whitfield.
Burt Whitfield.
Got him stamped on my chest.
Yeah, the beast. This is Burt's son, George Whitfield, dominating Florida. What all you got in store? You've been on quite the tear.
Yep. Past 3 years, just been hanging around Florida. So now it's time to start traveling. Went over to Tennessee and finally put my name out there. So got some good wins on some highly ranked guys. So now I'm finally able to get some big matches. And my next one is coming up in Orlando, June 15th, for the East versus West qualifier, or Challenger Series, sorry.
Who's your opponent?
Eli Sadov. We pulled in Tennessee. We went like 3 rounds, basically just elbow fouling, but it should be a good match. And this is the biggest match I have so far.
Everything he said that in the end right there was a lie. George buried him. He dominated him and unfortunately couldn't keep his elbow down. And I believe George actually overwhelmed him there. Probably would have beat him if the elbow fouls weren't tight and if he hadn't pulled him early in the tournament. That's one thing that affected that match, was they called the fouls a lot tighter early in the tournament than later. So George is just being humble. He was in control of that match, in my opinion, and I would put him as the heavy favorite going in against Eli. What else you got in store for that? I seen you got one more match somewhere else.
Yep, we got one in Tennessee. Heading right back up there. I was just in Tennessee, so going up there to face Terry Preston, I believe was his last name. He's a pretty bigger guy.
Yeah, Terry's a hell of a technician. Seen him come down at the Toddzilla practice that we had down here, and he's an animal. Seems to like hand control. Got a good bicep, and I would rate him as a technician. So you got your hands full with these guys. What else you got going on? Any plans? Any dreams? Any tournaments you want to hit? You chasing number 1 in the country? What's your goal right now?
The goal is to be number 1 in America.
In the hook rankings?
Yep, 176 pounds.
And what are you ranked currently right now?
I believe right-handed I am ranked number 3, I believe.
There's only 2 guys y'all are on notice. George is coming for you. thank you for coming over here, giving us a few minutes of your time.
Absolutely.
George is the man, great FLO ARM representative. I'm going to kick some ass in his future super matches. I appreciate it, big dog.
Yeah, Devin does all the time.
You can call George in over here. We continue hanging out. Oh, not George, I'm sorry, John. Don't stand back home? We don't need audio. That's perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Remember, everyone's gonna watch this shit later, so they'll get to see that. No, perfect. We're still on.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, let's get on here. Let's go out there, everyone here.
Oh,
God damn, am I going bald? No, okay, that's just the light.
no, you're just next to me. It's a hard place to be, ain't it?
Come on, put your hair up. Let's see, let's go bald.
Jeez, look, you're
Dang,
not.
yo, what the fuck? That's fucked up lighting.
No, you gotta have these bad boys. Look at those. Look at you, can't even see them. Look at this. That's a good camera.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Just shooting off this. All right, we got the Garage Grinders captain, 5-star general, John Zilla, John Hutchison in the building. How you feel sitting here with the team you've built?
It's awesome, man. It's crazy in 3 years how it can go
I
from
can hop on the seat over here.
me and one other guy or two other guys to now, it's easily to have 30, 35 guys out every practice, just kicking ass, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables.
This way, scoot down this way.
What?
It's mirrored. Just scoot the opposite way. Oh,
No, you're
I'm retarded. I'm retarded.
like a bunch of idiots. No.
This is like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, we're learning.
Keep going, John.
But no, it's coming a long way. It's still got a long way to go. I got a lot of things that on the download that are coming up that I'm trying to get together. But I mean, every Sunday's an awesome day to get to practice.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. A lot of people don't understand how to build an arm wrestling team. I happen to come from the greatest team that ever existed in Ford Arm Wrestling, Team Orlando. This was a super team of Chance, Artem, me, Patrick Down. This was the 10 years ago. It was something. But no, it was just a couple guys doing something. What you have right here is how many guys would you say are on a set? How many guys are active?
I mean, I consistently have 30 guys out, at least. And that's not, there's always 10 guys that don't show up, and there's, sometimes there's 5 or 6 different ones that show up and they'll rotate. But I'd say there's at least 20 guys every time that are always the same guys every time out here. And then there's the revolving couple that, show up 1 week, but they don't show up 2 weeks because they just can't stay with the same, consistency and the intensity that, arm wrestling takes on.
Yeah, so I've been around for too long. And currently, right now, in my opinion, this is the second largest practice consistently in Florida. You and Team Jacksonville are almost the same size. They seem to pull the whole neighborhood out like it's a get together. So it's even though we party out here, it is truly out there. It's like a nighttime hangout.
Yeah.
So these are about the 2 biggest practices here in Florida. And what would you consider this team? Is this a heavyweight team? Is this a lightweight team? What's the average weight of a guy on the Garage Grinder?
I'd say most of our guys, especially the high-level guys, are consistently, they're about 190, 185, 190. We've got a lot of guys under 200 pounds. A couple over, like Josh Pinelli, 242s, equal supers. But most of our guys are, 200, 190, 185. And there's a lot of 54s too. But it's a smaller set of guys on the team, but I think that's where a lot of technique is and a lot of the skills come from. And I don't know, it's a good group. Guys like this monster right here next to me.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to some of the high performing guys, not to skip over any of the new guys or anything, but go ahead and give a shout out to some of the names, some people and some accolades that they got behind them since you've been training.
I mean, of course there's George Whitfield. He's just out there taking names and just climbing the ladder faster than anyone else. In Florida probably right now, he's probably the highest climbing guy. Out there to the round robin, dominated. a lot of guys, blew up early, but he did great. And then he's got big matches coming up. And then you got Maverick, who's consistently out here just dominating 198s.
How many victories in a row are you running on currently?
Matches or
Individual tournaments where you won at least one class?
Oh, 6.
6 in a
Yeah,
row.
if you have to think about
How
it,
many
you won a
have you
lot.
won the 98s? In a row.
In a row, 3.
3?
And you just took the overalls on the left arm.
Dual overall champion, left arm,
And,
absolute maniac.
and he won the 198s both. And then we got Josh Benelli, who came from super heavies down to 242s. And he's been up there. The only guy who can really slow him down is Josh Miller, who is a complete animal. But I think Josh is closing the gap, but he's right there at the top of the game. And got this guy next to me over here. He's always a problem for everybody. But
So I can tell that this team, this is the strongest sense of unity that I've seen within a Florida team as far as actually being a family. Not that the other teams don't have each other's back, but we consistently got half the people drive over 100 miles each way just to practice over here, hang out.
Yep.
So I don't really come here to arm wrestle. I come here to hang. We just happened to arm wrestle. As Tom Nelson said, the California Arm Benders were a drinking team with an arm wrestling problem. This is a hangout crew with an arm wrestling addiction. So,
it is.
a lot of what it is we enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy hanging out. We bring the same vibe and party to FLO ARM. So, Garage Grinder team is a lot of the support and the basis of hardcore from the very beginning. That has brought us to the success we've had. And, we 6 months, I guess, we're still in May. Yeah, so 6 months we've been launched or so. And we've been off to the races, and a lot of this is in support, due to the support of John and the thing that he's building over here. I'd like to have one more person on here. I want to have Steve Esteban Tar, local internet vegan, local guy to piss you off with vegetarian posts and vegetable nonsense. What's
Hi,
up,
guys.
Steve? How you doing?
Pretty good. It's a good practice. Just the regular Sunday at the garage run, just right.
Yeah, this is actually a chill Sunday, Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
Very relaxed. A lot of you guys that don't know, Steve is the producer of a lot of the podcasts and the live. So even back when we were just shooting off of a cell phone, he was giving his personal phone up, keeping it on the charger all day, shooting the whole thing just because he wanted us to have a stream. So big shout out to Steve. A lot of people don't know with FLO ARM, this isn't, it's not something I can just pull off. So there's about 10 guys behind the scenes from John and his constant support, due to Amber from the beginning, supporting us in the very beginning. Steve producing. I got a bunch of awesome referees, Trent Johns, Mark Minch, David Rutherford. 2 new refs were training, Kat Benelli, Josh Benelli. Who else? Wiz Bermudez, my right-hand man on the mic. Amanda Bermudez, always helping. Amber, killing it with the brackets when she was there. Ashley, helping out. So it's all these people making it happen.
His wife.
Irvin and his wife, Mikey and Sarah. So you wouldn't believe how many people it takes to do it, but I enjoy it, man. I like the group we built, and that's a lot. I think what the Garage Grinder vibe is.
And it's growing.
It's a family for sure,
Yes.
and this is the FLO Army, so it's part of the movement. I enjoy it. We're now at the point in our expansion that we are getting support from pretty much every local group. We're doing big money tournaments August 3rd. We're giving away $3,000. We just got a new sponsor, OB's Lounge, the official hangout of FLO ARM COMBAT. They have signed a deal with us to have several events back at that place. Ice cold AC inside, concerts going outside, cheapest food and drinks I ever seen in town. Apparently happy hours all day. So we had Euphoria. We had other venues at the time, and I'm happy to announce that we landed in OB's. Give a big shout out to Alani, making that really happen. He was a driven force that got us a new home base and a place to launch from. But that being said, we're going to start shooting the podcast here from Garage Grinder Practice. We'll do the Hangout instead of Tuesday. That video, the Zoom call thing just seems impersonal. Having it right here in person seems like the absolute way to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, we're all making the trip out here, so might as well capitalize on it. What else we got out here? Got a lot of people left. I mean, this is about the smallest practice I've ever seen have. There's probably 20 people here.
Yeah.
So it's out of control. If you haven't been out to Garage Grinders, you should. Let's see, who do we have in the chat?
Mark Geeson, Joe
John.
Papaziecki.
Gotcha. I always yell your name when I'm in trouble. John. Let's see. What up, Mark? Goose is on the loose. You're going to 98.
Yeah, he's blind.
Don't come down. We'll whoop your ass at 98. It's like getting in the ring with 6 pit bulls. Joe said he's not closing the gap on Miller. He absolutely is, Joe. You're not even showing up anymore.
Yeah. Joe Papa.
Tighten up. What else we got? Retro Wave. What up? Yeah, super dope practice. I love it out here.
Yeah.
What happened? They kick you off? Yeah, man, it's dope out here. It's a whole vibe. We've got constant guys. I would say you probably got 5 to 6, 7, 8 guys that are constantly new every single practice. So it's another level. John, right here, let me take him over. Every time I ask you, check the schedule.
Yeah, flunk it.
You're worse with schedule with dates than Craig is with last name.
That's because there's a lot going on.
All right. I'm Brandon Morrison. This is Stefan Tarr. And this is John Hutchings.
Yeah.
So, I'm Craig Sobler. This is Arm Wrestling. Y'all didn't know when Craig had a radio show. He would call in. This is how old it was. And you would call in and like Jamie Sheldon would be on there and talk mad shit to him. Yo, who is this? It's Brandon Morris. You tell Jamie Sheldon I'm coming for that. It was the most awesome way to do call outs. And he abandoned it. And we got to get Craig back doing the Arm Wrestling Nation radio.
Actually, he commented in our Garage Grinder group today and said he wanted to come out one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, shout out to Craig, man. Made his debut. FLO ARM, seeing how tough the format is. A lot of you guys may not know, man.
He put on a show though.
Hey, put on a fucking fireworks show right there.
He felt like a dog.
Yeah, what was the guy's name? Clifton.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Erickson. Y'all big dog.
See you soon. See you, Jonas. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
See you.
Oh, yeah, Craig put on a hell of a performance, man. Duel 2.0 was crazy. It was out of control, exactly what we wanted it to be. Total success too, on a new place.
Yeah, we had a new place, we had a new setup and everything. I think the smoothest bracket what we ever ran before, right? All the left hand and right hand matches was down in less than 2 hours.
It was the smoothest stream
Yeah.
that I've ever been a part of, and our first, what I would consider an attempt at a professional stream. And a lot of that was due to you, Steve. You killed it. My man on the fly learned how to do everything. Get every single match, people's first name versus, John versus Brandon,
Right.
what weight it was, what hand it was. You don't see that anywhere,
Yeah, that's the sickest
especially
thing.
not on the first one.
I try to keep up with it as much as I can,
It was perfect.
Another honorable mentions in that tournament, Capinelli.
Yes.
Single-handed best down ref I've ever seen in my life. All you other down refs, step it up.
She killed
This young lady will take your job, take your pay. She killed it tentative the entire time, getting live calls, watching, no messing around. So that was her first time out. She aced the test.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any I was gonna say wannabe refs, Jesus. Any guys that want to be a ref, we are going to be doing a referee seminar here soon in the next 2 to 3 months. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I know a lot of people ask me all the time, how can I get involved reffing? this and that. Right now, FLO ARM, we currently have enough refs, but after the ref seminar, we will be probably expanding, getting a couple more people to the roster. But right now, I'm super happy with that. I want to go over with a couple dates that we have.
Schedule, right?
Yeah, dates coming up. June 8th, we have Mayhem in Middleburg.
Yep.
Okay, this last year, biggest tournament of the year. If you can, go there, support Chuck Westbury. Chuck has been a FLO ARM supporter.
Yes.
I watched him sit in the grass in 92-degree heat at King of Florida, and not even there to arm wrestle, just came to support and watch his teammates. So we'll be supporting him. I know the Garage Grinders and Team Jacksonville have a strong alliance.
Yes.
Don't be surprised if you see a couple of our guys
Coming out.
on the podium there out at Mayhem. So that's June 8th. Next tournament, next FLO ARM stop. It is not on the schedule that you've seen in the past. This is a tournament that was fitted to the adjustment, due to things being ever fluid in Florida. But we have June 29th, Armageddon 2. Next round of FLO ARM, we've got something big announced, about to be announced. I do not want to drop any crazy news until Mayhem has passed. We want to give Chuck all his shine he can get. So go ahead and expect June 9th. I've got something amazing about to drop for it. Something we're definitely giving back to the arm wrestlers. So June 29th, Armageddon 2. We know last year's Armageddon was off the hook. We're going to rock it out the same way. That the goal this year is to really build legacy events. So we started our season off with Strong Arm 10. It's a big deal to have 10 events in a row. That type of consistency, I didn't even realize till one day I woke up, holy crap, we're on 10.
Yeah.
And
To back.
that's going through COVID and everything. Nothing ever slowed it down. So we want to build a bunch of legacy events like that. We are looking at August 3rd is the big money event at the Harley dealership in Orlando. We got Boom Productions, Sean Hancock, Sarah Bachman Classic, putting a little shine on the queen of arm wrestling herself, Florida's favorite person. Trying to build a legacy event for Sarah. So moving forward in the future, she has something. Have a good one, big dog. But before the August 3rd, we are putting, and it's a tentative date, a few things being booked, but this is our free event, the July 13th. We're going to have the Garage Grinder Classic. It's going to be 100% free event. All you got to do is bring your FLO ARM shirt, come arm wrestle, have a good time. We're going to have all sorts of giveaways. It is going to be a fan appreciation event. It's sponsored by the man right here, John, putting up a lot of money to make it happen, trying to put some shine on his team, invested a lot of money into FLO ARM, into our previous league, and any endeavor we have. So we're building a legacy event for John, too, right? This is his foot in the door. So next year, when you guys hear about the Garage Grinder Classic 2, you'll remember it was a kick-ass time. Right? And then my man right here can now fund 5-10 guys to travel all around the country and build something and create a movement. Right? So this is the way FLO ARM gives back to Garage Grinders, and Garage Grinders give it back to you guys by paying everyone's entry fee into the tournament. It's still going to have awards, it's still going to have awesome stuff, but it's going to be free. And that is going to be the official warm-up 3 weeks before the Sarah Bachman Classic. So write these dates down. It's June 8th, Mayhem in Middleburg. June 29th, Armageddon 2. July 13th, the Garage Grinder Classic 1. And then August 3rd, Sarah Bachman Classic. So we're running 4 big ones right there.
Those are good.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right after Chuck, we're going to bang them out. And, we are coming to a head with the Sarah Bachman Classic. We got $3,000 in cash money for the men's class. There's an open money class that's going to pay out down to 6th place. I believe 5th or 6th place. I need to recheck my stuff. But it's beautiful payouts for everybody. And if you're in a class and you can't make it to 6th place, you're probably not too mad you didn't get the payout, but I have a feeling a lot of the good guys are going to be getting some good money. Right hand, left hand. So we got $3,000 we are putting up. You can count it up, tally it at the end. It's sponsored by Harley Davidson of Orlando, Sean Hancock in cooperation with FLO ARM COMBAT. We've got Pro Gear, Another general in the form, another guy we're adding to it. Mikey, Sarah's out here kicking ass, making waves in female arm wrestling, representing FLO ARM COMBAT. So we represent Sarah Bachman, we represent Pro here. And that's probably our halfway point, right? That's just to the beginning of August. So
There's so much more out there.
there's so much, man. And we're bringing the Florida State Championship back to the Mudfield Grill where it was for 20 years before COVID took us down. A lot of you new guys don't know about it, but you will after you see. You'll see exactly why it was there. The whole city turns up. Whole building packs out, screaming, craziest times I ever had in my life was in the Mudfield Grill. So if you know, you know. If you don't, you're gonna learn. Man, bunch of fun stuff. But check us out, man. FLO ARM COMBAT on Facebook. We also got a Facebook for Arm Wrestling Combat. Check out the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so you get all the latest updates and news and support this team. Garage Grinder Classic coming up soon. And the Garage Grinders, good supporter of FLO ARM COMBAT. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you guys.